Businesses are leaving San Francisco. California is having an exodus of people. We'll be talking a lot more details today, a lot of juicy stuff as well. California, like, come on. You want people's money, but at the same time, you don't want them to open businesses. And it's very difficult to open any business. It's very difficult to operate any business. And like I said in the first part, and then they also want a lot of money. So it just doesn't really make any sense. And businesses are leaving San Francisco in massive droves. With a recent closure of the flagship Whole Foods supermarket, it's showing people that, hey, the high crime, the rampant, drugs, and also the homelessness, it's not a really, really great area to do any sort of business. I mean, even Whole Foods, as hipster as they are, they don't want to stay in the city. You probably have seen a lot of videos of like CVS's, Walgreens straight up locking their shelves. Like they have to lock away toothbrushes and toothpastes just because people are stealing them like crazy. I mean, like, you have people on Reddit saying for every like toothbrush they sell, there's always like a couple other items being stolen. So being in business, you're just losing a ton of money opening here. And not to mention, the police wants to do things, but at the same time they can't. The politics of the city is pretty bad, and businesses are absolutely sick of this. This is why you're seeing record amounts of real estate transactions, but in a bad way. And you see a lot of real estate pieces here dropping like rocks. Like, for example, this unit here, like pre-pandemic, in the very, very peak, I was looking at a ton of these San Francisco apartments and condos for sale. This is honestly a fantastic unit of over 1,000 square feet, 2-bed, 2-bath. At the peak, it was easily $1.3 million, even like $1.5 million. Like, people are bidding on these units like crazy. But post-pandemic, things have gotten so worse. Office workers aren't coming back. People are sick of the city. And people have finally realized, after like a decade and a half, 2 decades, nothing has truly changed. It's in fact getting worse. Crime, homelessness is worse than ever before, and the city just isn't using the money that well. This is why units like these are dropping like rocks. And $1 million, nobody's buying this. Drop it another $300K and somebody might, and just might, because office transactions are literally negative 75% off. With a massive skyscraper in a good part of town selling for $300 million back in 2019, now being sold for $68 million. And there were 2 other transactions at around 50 to 65% off. That's insane. And if you look at a lot of these stories, it's pretty bad. You also have somebody who owns a restaurant in the city, says they really like the place, but they keep getting robbed. The police want to do things, but they can't. Okay, there's always something holding them back. And you have crime, homelessness, high prices, and drug use. And by the way, don't even think about opening a convenience store. Number one, you're probably going to be having a lot of items stolen. Number two, you also got to have a bunch of licenses, agreements, contracts. It is really, really difficult to open any store in San Francisco and basically all of California. It's really odd, isn't it? Like they tax very, very heavily. They want money, but at the same time, trying to open a business is very difficult. And you also got to be very careful where you open up, because if you open up in the Tenderloin district, which is kind of like an open air drug market at this point, you're not really going to be getting any customers. If you also look at this, you even have Kanye West saying that, hey, I'm moving out, and he's bringing Yeezy with him. So what's going on is West has a $1 billion apparel empire, Yeezy. Okay, the shirts, the holes, and the styrofoam looking shoes, very expensive. They're pretty cool. Now, Kanye West is like, I'm sick of California. He is a businessman, guys, and he wants to be in California. The headquarters of Yeezy previously was in Calabasas, California, a very good part of town, but now they have pretty much moved to the middle of nowhere, I guess. I think they bought like a ranch in like Wyoming, and yeah, they're absolutely done with this whole city life situation. Now, Jay-Z's moving back, but just him. But if you look at other people besides West, Elon moved out, Joe Rogan's gone, okay, and several other celebrities, and not to mention countless businessmen that you don't even know, with a few $1 million, are moving the heck out of California, especially the San Francisco area. I mean, people are just absolutely done with this. Okay, you can't really open up any businesses. Like I said before, massive fire sales in the real estate department. In my opinion, real estate is a great way to figure out whether or not a place is worth living or not. If, places are pretty bad, real estate property prices drop like a rock, that is probably not the best place to go. People are also comparing this whole San Francisco situation with like Detroit. Detroit went down to the price of $1 per house because the automotive industry moved out, and then you have a wave of crime and also homelessness that plagued the city. Same thing that's happening right now. You have San Francisco office vacancies at 30% for the first quarter. Guys, in the previous quarter it was 27, now it's 30%. And by the end of the year, you have people saying probably 40 to 50% vacancies because even freaking Uber is moving out. Uber literally renovated a 250,000 square foot office space, and now they don't even want it anymore. They're trying to sublease it for cheap, but nobody wants the space. If you also look at this, look at all these fantastic looking skyscrapers. San Francisco has one of the finest skylines in the world, incredible weather, great looking fog, but the city politics really destroy the city. Especially how if you look at all these skyscrapers, half of these office spaces are completely empty. And it's a very iconic town. I know when you think of tech, when you think of California, you immediately paint a picture of San Francisco's skyline. But not anymore, guys. It is done. You're seeing a lot of these skyscrapers being sold for 50, 60, 70% off. You're seeing massive buildings being sold for just $100 to $200 per square feet. And they can't even convert these into apartments because it costs about a few $100s to even like a couple $1,000s per square feet to convert them into apartments or condos. So you can't even convert these. And even if you convert these, nobody's living here anymore. The amount of tech workers moving out of San Francisco is crazy. I mean, this city, just San Francisco alone, the city itself is 800,000 people. They probably lost 100,000 people at this point within 2 years. That's insane. And also the Bay Area. It's pretty bad. Now, the Bay Area, like the Stanford area, is really not too terrible. I mean, Apple, Google, Microsoft, Oracle is all headquartered there, and they probably won't be leaving anytime soon. If you look at some of the smaller companies and mid-sized tech companies worth like a few $100 million, they're gone. San Jose is completely empty. If you look at the walking tours on YouTube, just type in San Jose walking tour 4K. You probably noticed that the downtown area is a complete ghost town with crazy high vacancies. I mean, it is so empty to the point, like there is like no homelessness either. Like it's that bad. San Jose is kind of screwed here at this point. Oakland's pretty bad. Fremont, even Elon is trying to move that, factory out of there. I mean, it's just not a great place to be right now. So you also have very high vacancies. People are leaving. It's not a great place to start businesses. Thanks for watching, guys. Comment below. And before you guys leave, definitely check out the private Discord server. Patreon link below for some incredible trades. One of our traders last week made almost 90% with only one losing trade on Tesla, with the rest being winners. We trade live every single day, so please check it out.